I did law because I wanted to fight somebody.
Who?
My dad.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? You are close.
Yes, we were close, but you get to see some stuff. You get to understand them better. So I felt my dad was larger than life. He was behaving like Kabiesi. Like he was the god. Like my dad would do stuff and he won't flinch. I'd be like, who is this man now? Who are you? So I was like, okay.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí káàkiri ibi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wa tẹ́ ẹ ti ń wò wá káàkiri àgbáyé Àgbàlẹ̀tù náà ni o. Ẹ ṣé. Délé Adéyanjú ni orúkọ tèmi. Lénìí ṣé mọ̀ pé ọmọ ẹ̀yìn méjìlá ni wọ́n sọ pé Jésù ni, ọmọ ẹ̀yìn kẹtàlá ni àlejò wa ń bí, the 13th disciple. Àdẹ̀mọ̀ John, àmọ́ Nicholas. Ṣé Nicholas wà lára àwọn Jésù?
No.
Okay. Judas wà lára wọn.
Yes.
Ṣé o ní 12th disciple? Àbí?
We can't say his position.
Okay, 12 shine gbogbo.
Yeah, 12.
But you're the 13th disciple. So are you a disciple of Jesus? Well, your name is, your alias is 13th disciple.
Exactly.
So bọ́ọ̀lù orúkọ yẹn ṣe wá.
So thank you. Ẹ ṣé tẹ́ jẹ́ kí tẹ́ pè mí wá síbí lẹ́yìn, and I would like to say a big thank you to the entire team, because on the Yorùbá lẹ́nìkan kì í jáwádé. Àgbà ẹ má bínú, máa ń pòwe díẹ̀díẹ̀.
Oh yeah.
Mo joyìnbó àbí? So thank you so much for having me around here. So the story behind that name came when I started comedy. I'm a stand-up comedian, broadcast journalist, and a podcaster, content creator, media strategist. So when that name started, we realized the generation of our comedians, they felt like, tí o bá ti ṣe bàbá lórúkọ ẹ̀, you ain't going to blow.
Okay.
Oh, ni make it, ni funny or something. So at that time, we had Ali Baba, we had Omo Baba, there must sure be a Baba. So now, Emi ò really need much deep insight into the comedy industry. Okay. You get it? About that time, me more strategies, what do you need to do? But my intuition is actually very strong. Kudos to the home I came from. My intuition is very strong to the point that Tebashi and Kolojumi, I don't need to have the basic technical know-how of that sort. The moment you do it and I can view it, I will replicate it.
Okay.
So I thought of it, why do I have to follow everybody? I want to be beans. I want to be rice, rather. I want to be sorghum. I don't want to be like every other person. And I felt like, okay, what do I do? Now, the first thing people need to understand is, phone is me, eventually let me not discover party. My phone number ends with 113, with 13.
Oh, yeah.
If you touch the last bones in my family, as at the time, I was the 13th.
The last born in the family?
The banker, one last bones. From my uncles, from my aunties, from both sides now. Moving towards Idigi Daddy, or the mommy, coming up and down. I was the 13th because I was privileged of knowing my father loved big family, but he had just one wife, but every Friday we'll go to our hometown. Okay. So our uncles were Mawa, our aunties were Mawa. So I knew all the last ones. So I was the 13th at the time. Then another thing that actually became a revelation to me was that I left home when I was barely 13 years old. I was 12 years, 9 months when I left my dad and my mom. Story for another day. Anyways. And at the same time, I felt like my comedy career started in the church. I don't like to be called gospel comedian because I can actually metamorphosize into anything as long as comedy is concerned. You want me to act comedy, I'll do it. You want me to behave comically, I can do it. You want me to write comic lines, I can do it. So I felt like church in motivation. So they gave me the mic in the church. And the very first evaluation to Mukoko Mari was at the church. Is that St. Thomas in Felele right now? Very close to that police station. Church and share fence Belu police station, Belu police station. So I went there. Sister Dumola, now she's in I think America or Canada with her family. They were doing a concert in their church. So I could remember what I was wearing that day, right now as I'm sitting there. So, I love what you did. One elderly man came to meet me. And the man told me categorically that, no, she try acting. I think you will do well to act. As he was saying, the one time, you're like, and the man said, I can do it. So I felt I am going to do this thing he said I can do. And over time, I started, as young as I was then, I started hosting programs in my church. Big church, not children program. Big church. I was like, okay. And that was about the time I was in Osu that time. I was a student at Osu. So we had this fallout with, it was popular, with the king.
Oh, okay.
The king then knew Agowe.
Students versus Ebumawe.
Yes. Yeah. So I was part of the front leaders of that wahala. So I was the first person to leave school, back to the Kasala. So I came back home. And as at that time, I was hosting major church programs. And people would say, it's very hard for people that sees you day in, day out. They see me on Monday, on Sunday, they see me on Tuesday service. When I go to church for Thursday choir rehearsal, they see me Saturday, they see me. So they keep telling me, why I'm gonna go funny by, and they use that word, where you go. So I was like, okay, if that is the thing, then I went on with it. So my first complimentary card was done by somebody in the church, Yemi Oshodi. Thank you, Yemi Oshodi. Thank you, Pastor K. Thank you, Reverend Shola Kehinde. Those were those were the people I worked with then. And me of Eshe Church. The name I had in mind for my brand was Magnum. Okay. If you check generations of guns, ammunitions, you see there's a gun called Magnum revolver. Ibon 10 or 10 bad room, but more review 10 or 10 bad room. If you shoot just one person, it will go through the 10 people. So I felt like mouth. My mouth is what I'm using, the mouthpiece of the gun. Okay, let me be Magnum. Okay. One day, as at that time, I'm on social media, I love Facebook, love many things. I jump on something and I thought, like, I don't want to be this Magnum. I saw a condom with the brand Magnum. I want something perfect, and I wanted a name that the moment you say it, somebody smiles, somebody becomes inquisitive. Kilo mean, what do you mean by this name? And I didn't want to offend the church. So I sat down that day. Meaning by say first one, this dark. Second one, because I was thinking, and the name just came to my mind. It breathed into my mind without effort, without stress. Just say, Jesus Christ, like you said, Jesus Christ had 12 disciples. Why don't you just say you are the 13th? Anybody within the church will find it funny and they want to relate with you. And that's how I got stuck. Until date.
Okay. So, ẹ jẹ́ ká wo àwọn schools tẹ́ lọ.
Okay.
Our schools were?
I attended GCI. I attended Okeado High School. I attended plenty secondary schools.
Why?
Because my dad was moving from one state to another.
Okay.
So I happened to be my dad's best child. I was the last one. So, and I was daddy's ally. Okay. So, until Bashe said, "Dad, my know me." So I was very close to my dad because I asked questions a lot. I'm not scared of anybody. Hardly is that a thing. I've been in auto crash with my dad. I've been on a journey. We're going to our village. My hometown, Gongon, is Omuigbile. That's when you leave Ijebode. You can. Although what you daddy me by Nomangba. What you Nomangba Teban Losekbe. You pass Magbajulewa. So we were on a demand very isolated, even till date, very isolated. As we were going, there was a fault with the car. And I was just there. My dad was like, so I hardly get scared of anything. You get it? So I don't want to miss that question now.
School, academics.
So my dad, I loved the fact that I love traveling. I love road trips. I started following my dad at age 2. My dad just came home and he saw myself and my mom. My mom was living in Ogun State then, and my dad would always come on weekends, like I said. Mother she did, and was like, Mommy had registered me to Epic Nursery and Primary School. I didn't forget. Molik Palo and Ijebode. And my mom had registered me, done everything. And, my dad was seated opposite my mom, and my mom was carrying me, a 2-year-old boy. And I just looked at my mom, said, Mommy, I want to go and meet Daddy. She never understood what I said. She felt Jackie Daddy gave me now. Yeah. But I want to go and meet daddy and I want to leave you. I want to go and stay with this man. So my dad brought me to Ibadan. So for every time my dad travels, goes, relocates to somewhere else, my school will have to change.
Okay.
My school will have to change. So that was how but funny enough, I spent 6 years. Normal 6 years in secondary school. Then Olabisi Onabanjo University, studied law. From there,
Taylor Law School.
yes.
So you're a lawyer.
Yes.
So why taking so lawyer?
Because it wasn't, now this is it. I did law because I wanted to fight somebody.
Who?
My dad.
Kilo Shele. You are close.
Yes, we were close, but you get to see some stuff. You get to understand them better. So I felt my dad was larger than life. He was behaving like Kabiesi. Like he was the god. Like my dad would do stuff and he won't flinch. I'd be like, who is this man now? Who are you? So I was like, okay. Because at a point in time, I had this serious fallout with my dad that my dad had to come. Then I was in Olabisi University. And I was at Seiko. Seiko is one of the satellite campuses. That was at Ijebode. Taban Losi Kongba. Tabasigba Molipa Express. Watching the Ibadan garage, that roundabout. Instead of going into Ijebode, you just turn right, you move down. Amagbabajule Otumba Tuashe court. Amagbabe Koja. Then Onotugba Igben Losi Kongba. That is where Seiko campus was. So I will walk from that Seiko to Molipa. Because at the time, my dad stopped his business here, sold some of his properties, and decided he was going into evangelism. So we went back. So I will always go from Ikongba every weekend to go meet daddy to collect my weekly.
But you were studying law already at that time.
Yeah, at that time I was studying marketing.
Okay.
Studying marketing. So I would go to meet him. I used to have an uncle. I want to kokoshe Paco biscuits. That's a Iretiolu bread.
Okay.
He's late now. So I will go there. My daddy, he always bring bread for anything they bake. He will give to us. So my dad will give me a big loaf of bread, this size, and 1,500. So at the point I told him, Daddy, why don't you just give me my money up front? I don't have to be coming and going. So my father wanted me to be coming to church. I was born and bred in apostolic faith, the same apostolic faith. So my dad wanted me to be coming to church. Because at that time, Mutukurunle, don't forget, 12 running 13. My father was like, if you go astray, me or Nigba, you are going to serve God. So I will always go to church every Saturday or every Sunday. So Daddy Muhammad didn't punish me. At the point, he would just give me the loaf of bread and maybe 700 naira. What's this? So one day I just faced him. I said, my dad now said, show you what to need. I will send the money to them. You go and you collect it from them. So there's this personal vendetta between my dad and my siblings. My dad was crazy about gospel of Christ because he was a Muslim. In fact, I inherited his Quran. He was a Muslim. Dr. Lukoy Ransom Kuti, late, was his doctor. So my dad had kidney stone that affected the sole of his feet. So daddy me wash you. So they preached to my dad. My dad became a Christian. We used to attend the Apostolic Faith, not the Apostolic Faith, Apostolic Faith Church, Towani, Lodge Street, a big church. So they preached healing without medication to my dad. My dad believed in it because Ransom Kuti told my dad, Sam, go home, eat well, and always rest. And when your medical doctor tells you that, he has simply told you, just I can't fix this thing. That's why doctors will say, we care, God heals. So one day, to my daddy's surprise, kini yẹn kàn ṣí fúnra ẹ̀. That kini tó lé soul wọn yẹn ó kàn ṣí.
Ẹsẹ̀ kan abẹ́sẹ̀ méjèèjì.
Ẹsẹ̀ méjèèjì ó kàn ṣí. So he said, if God could heal him that, there is nothing anybody's going to tell him. So my dad became, should I say, indoctrinated. So instead of him facing us, he faced all his resources, church. All his resources, church. But my dad faced me because I don't want to say I was, because I am still. I tell people, they say, but I can tell you I'm a brilliant person. Like I said earlier, you do something in my presence, I'll do it again. and I'll do it the same way you did it, if not better. My father felt like this thing in this boy, I will make sure I establish it. So if make sure I lost school, Shani. So from there, Wahala started. So when I was to do my direct entry, because I was doing diploma in marketing then, CESAP. Instead of me going on to do economics, I decided, this guy, I would chop in eye. Because then I used to hear of a story of a guy who gave me a little so I had that story. I felt like, okay, fine. I think I need to teach my dad a lesson. You don't do that. So my dad immediately was that. Because in the church, number 7, Molikpa, around Degun in Ijebode, in the church, Reverend Ajayi happens to be the overseer in that church then. So I was talking to my dad, like, so I'm a very loud person, which I think is a gift for me when it comes to the broadcast journalism that I went into. When I speak, I'm loud. Not that I shout, but I know then I do event MC. So I know how to put air. I'm a chorister in my church. So I know how to play with air in my stomach. So guys started talking, you don't come by in church. Reverend Ajayi, he saw myself and my dad and was like, so my dad likes to call me Bimiga. My dad was like, so everybody calls me Bimiga. Bimiga, daddy lumba soro be. They just call my dad Brother Samson. I'm sure some apostolic faith people will see this. Brother Samson. So Brother Samson lumba soro be. I didn't know where that energy came. I just told him, I said, Daddy, please, this is not a missionary matter. This is a father and a son conversation. I am his true son. Please let me talk to him. Tell him about the bank party and apostolic faith, they had this, they pray fervently, they put energy. Tell him about pray the bank party. All I'm calling party because you're dad. Yeah, so please give me space. The man looked at me, I was like, yeah. So my dad at that point, my dad was like, Homoy. Then my dad came to Ibadan. Called my mom, called all my siblings. I said, Shola, that's my mom. Ibolotiri one. Ibolotiri got lati face me. So that was when I felt, okay, I'm going to punish this man. So that was the purpose. But over time, God didn't allow me practice. I met Babalola while I was trying to practice, and at the point, he will tabang pada si chamber, Baba will see that, or don't feel love me, but because I was at the courtroom, I had then one day Baba called me and said, I will advise you not to practice law because you might not live long.
Baba first of it.
Yeah. That I know I like your spirit, but you are too, he used the word reckless. I was not getting it. There's nobody I know face. Oga, if you see me they drag with police, you go shock. Top of that day you can bear me witness one day. I told you. The man said I will fire you. I said yes, do it. Nobody say I get automopo at that point. So I just felt like Baba just told me that you are a very good tool, but you seem not controllable. I might not be able to curb you. Because Baba, if you've seen Baba in courtroom too, Baba is also very tough. Baba go. So it just felt like you can do many things. I see that you write stuff. I see that to marry Azori. So Baba just told me, just look for something. And I realized that I didn't do law because I loved law. I just wanted to fight somebody. I just wanted to rewrite a story. I just wanted to change a narrative. That either you are my father or not, you shouldn't be a pain in the ass. It shouldn't be a thorn in my flesh. But over time, then after that time, I found myself in banking sector. So I worked with UBA. I did a little bit at First Bank. I had a sister then, so I always go to First Bank when I'm done in UBA. And I realized that I was climbing the cadre. And one of these days, so at a point, my dad asked off my education.
You didn't settle?
We didn't.
You did not settle?
I didn't settle with my dad.
Till when?
The day he was going to die.
Kilo shele.
Now, I had some experiences that made me dislike my dad, but I loved him. I don't know.
You loved him, but you dislike?
Paradox, yes.
Okay.
I still, now, mo máa ń sọ kíní kan pé ẹni tájá bá like jù ló máa ń gbó jù. tẹ́ni yẹn bá ti go beyond boundary. I don't know if you understand that narrative. I love the man. He was my template to everything. To playing, my father loves to dance. My father loves music. I love music. My father likes to talk to people. I love talking to people. I like to be the focal point. So I picked so many things from him. My dad is very smart, very intelligent. My father did primary 6. My father, that Baba Iretiolu, traveled out with my dad. Ìjẹ̀bú nìkan náà wọ́n máa ń sọ. Wọn ò gbọ́ nǹkan mi lẹ́yìn Ìjẹ̀bú. So at then, tán bá ti lọ fún interview, daddy mi ni ó máa ń dáhùn nǹkan tí consular bá béèrè. You get, so they travel together. My father had a furniture company, so he goes for exhibition every year. At a point in time, that let me just digress a bit. My dad did Yabatech. When Yabatech started, every of the furniture you find inside Yabatech was made by my dad. Then my dad was also a steady customer or client to IIT, and some like 4 years ago, God gave them to me too as a client. So I do some of their events and their stuff like that. And there was a day I got there and I sat somewhere. My very first meeting, DJ Nu was there. I sat on the chair and I saw my dad's emblem on the furniture. And I felt somehow. And I told Hilda, she's the deputy DG of IITA right now. I said, do you know Dr. Winslow? Dr. Winslow was the DG at the time. So that made me love it. So I just wanted to fight him. I love him. But he do me. So I wanted to correct him. My dad is a very tough person. At the point, my dad felt my mom.
You felt so?
Yes.
And you were behaving so?
I wasn't behaving so. My dad was just too tough. Bruh, you can't leave. See, let me describe my dad to you. For people that feels 13th is tough, 13th is difficult, those of you will get to know where I'm coming from now. Daddy mi bá ná ní 4 o'clock láàárọ̀, àbí ní 5 a.m. láàárọ̀. Daddy mi ò kì í ná yàn lásán. Daddy mi máa sọ fún ẹ pé, daddy máa ti sọ Ìjẹ̀bú pé, and in our home, àwa dàgbà láti kọ́ Yorùbá ni, we don't speak Yoruba. As a matter of fact, when I go to secondary school, some of my class, I did something this guy did. Is that this foreign, I saw the interview, this Nigerian international Nigerian American actor.
David Oyelowo.
Yeah. That thing he said, I did it for my secondary school people when I was in Okeado High School. For those of you that are seeing this today, they will be shocked that I did, you know, when Oyelowo was saying that thing, I was like, this is view. This is so I imagine speaking Yoruba, all of us here now, you're speaking Yoruba. And I decided to
lock up.
Speak good English. To the point that I dated a lady because Owabawani Lounge. Lounge. Nifelele. Opposite West Midland. We call that place Maintain. Maintain with the advert for you, but I hope it makes it to social media. But that's just to so and just like so I was just speaking my normal. So I was on phone. I was like, you ain't gonna do that with me. You and who? Just the normal me. So Kimi, okay, me. Richocho, he was there. Some people they work with bats, and they just told the girl, you say, where's your Danny? I'm a street guy. For example, where's your day? One of me, I think one of them was trying to shake that babe. Yeah, bro, me know where's your day lati yankini. Baba boy is talking about I'm gonna switch off. Patani, bro. The day the girl saw me speak Yoruba to somebody, for me. So I did that in secondary school a lot. I play with people's mind. I do all those things, and see that me back. But I'm me fish me that me back no 8 a.m. Agba. To ba share ni 9 ni 8:45. That me aton eno. And that me dey sọ Yorùbá. That me dey sọ Ìjẹ̀bú pé senewe aton re rara na e.
Say.
Senewe aton sí ẹ lára. That is speaking in woman to say Lara.
Okay.
I know Kiniwa at times to ba fair operate, to ba fair hunt, to ba really hunt. Actor. Thank God you know that. So that was a person that we have to say, Larry, me okay, no yo. Carry jolo. Ara temi jolo because at times my dad would does, then my body heals in a crazy way. Daddy mi máa nà ẹ́ bend. Daddy mi ti nà Rotimi lọ́jọ́ kan. That's our third born. Daddy nà torí pé kò ṣan ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ kó tó kó sínú refrigerator. So I came from a home where discipline is everything. Details, cross all the T's, dot all the I's. So when I started working and people begin to see me as...
both parents are there?
Yes, but my mom is quiet.
But I'm not tough.
Agba, some people feel when I crack this joke, most of my jokes are reality jokes, things that happened to me. My daddy will tell you, my punishment in our home is like, possible now, fallacy lo so. Daddy mi máa sọ fún ẹ pé for the next 6 months, o ò ní fi ẹnu kan ẹran tàbí ẹja nínú ilé.
Ó lè máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Tó bá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tán ló máa dìde. Thank you daddy. Wàá dìde, wàá mú pen, wàá lọ mark date yẹn, wàá kọ time yẹn sí. Wàá dẹ̀ máa kà. Ọjọ́ tí 6 months yẹn bá lapse and you refuse to remind my dad that my punishment lapsed today, he remembers. But he will lock up. He will wait for you to tell him. If you don't, you will have to extend. Only if you 2 weeks, only if you 1 month. See? You get it now? So it was that bad. So I find it difficult to say mistake. Then I don't like trial. You don't try me. I've never been for all the stages I've graced in comedy. I never did talent hunt before in my life. I will fail. But give it to me on a platter. Come on. I will flog it like... You understand? So, daddy mi máa nà ẹ́ for everything. Daddy mi, baba mo ti ṣe ọdún kan. My mom is watching this. My siblings will be, my nephews, my cousins, my people watching this. Mo ti ṣe ọdún kan tí mi jẹ àti ẹran àti ẹja. Tí daddy mi bá tún wá jẹun tán, ó tún wá ní kó wá palẹ̀ mọ́, adọ́gbọ́n fi protein sílẹ̀. Tó bá lá ẹja ara protein yẹn, ọbẹ̀ ara protein yẹn, wà tún jẹ̀yà.
So punishment ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ máa lọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Baba, on a steady per second billing, daddy mi máa ń deliver before kí àwọn network providers tó dé. Daddy mi máa deliver punishment the same way he delivers fun.
So méjèèjì ló wà nílẹ̀.
Baba, tó bá lo crazy, wèrè wà nílẹ̀. Tó bá lo gbọ́ràn, pampa pọ̀. If you do well, Sunday school last Sunday school láàárọ̀, morning prayer. If you do well, my daddy will decide to give you the bigger yogurt, not that tube one. You understand? So I understood balanced home. Parenting, I understand it from childhood. So mo kàn wá wò pé bọ̀bọ̀ yìí, mi máa jojú ẹ bó ṣe perfect tó yìí, máa bójú ẹ jẹ́sẹ̀. But God so good one day.
Then did you have an intention of taking your dad to court?
Yes.
So kí ni prayer máa jẹ́ wọ́jú adájọ́?
Yeah. Assault, physical assault, child abuse. Yes, because I was raised in a Western settings where I understand when kids tell their dad, "Are you mad?"
American is usually.
I was raised like that.
In Nigeria.
I was raised like that. Ijebu. Lived everywhere in Southwest. Lagos, Ibadan.
Kafi Ijebu headquarters.
Ijebu headquarters. I never lived in Ijebu until I went to school.
Yeah.
There, yeah. I never lived in Ijebu. I told you I left 2 plus. So daddy mi máa not here bend. Daddy mi máa nà ẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Mo crack joke kan pé daddy mi nà mí lọ́jọ́ kan. My spirit got out of my body. And you go be in motion. Iya Raymond. That's our firstborn. Daddy mi my father had a furniture factory. Ibẹ̀ ni lókè Àdó, ibẹ̀ ni SDP secretary party house in St. Onyesheko recently tó wà ní adjacent First Bank níbi Odutola tire. Odutola ọ̀nà tó gba Odutola yẹn. You see that entire Odutola Ososami, Ifalafia, Lord Street, Anyokoya, Idiope, all those places now where I grew up. You understand? So that my dad was beating me at night. One day last American time. It was in America he came from, or where did he traveled out, came back. And mess, he showed up. So my father said, and all of us could do anything for the job. So ó ti rẹ̀ mí lóru. Ọmọ kékeré náà. Mi mọ̀ pé daddy mi ní kí lọ mú kan wá lọ́fíìsì. So mo wá gba ẹ̀yìn yẹn bí apartment wà ń bẹ̀. Because at times I máa sùn sọ factory. So mo wá gba bẹ̀. Mo kàn ní jẹ́ sáré rest díẹ̀, daddy ṣì ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí. Àṣé Popsi ń yọjú láti other side tó wó mi ó kàn gba iwájú ọ́fíìsì ẹ̀ yọ sí mi ni ṣẹ́rọ́ tó yọ sí mi pé ilé mi mú ni ẹgbẹ́ mo ní kó lọ mú nǹkan wá ìwọ wá bí o wá ń sùn. You know this fan KDK àwọn Gen Z ò lè mọ̀ we used to have KDK and Toshiba ṣé dáàdi mi ṣe gbọ́n bó ṣe mú dáàdi mi máa fẹ́ nà ẹ̀ a lo either fan belt àbí cable into Sony grey báyìí ni orí ẹ̀ máa red kan á yellow òun dáàdi mi máa fi nà ẹ̀ so bó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí nà mí pa wọn á ní kí lọ mẹ́gbàá mú á lọ mú fan belt tó ti weak wá padà bó ṣe nà mí ṣe bó ṣe ayé ìgbà tí mo ń sọ yìí ni operation sweep operation gbálẹ̀ ló wà nìbàdàn gbà ẹ̀ dáàdi mi ṣe nà mí lọ pa mo kàn gbọ́ bóyá máa lù mí pa bó ṣe nà mí ó ti tẹ ìtàn mi mọ́lẹ̀ so tó bá ti nà mí níbí tí n bá yí síbí á fi ẹ̀ṣẹ́ punch mi jáde máa nà mí lọ so mo kàn gbọ́ bóyá máa lù mí pa mo kàn di ẹgbà yẹn mú ni so bí mo di ẹgbà yẹn mú ńṣe ni dáàdi kan ní Yemisi go and get me another one my sister now went to bring that KDK cable tí mo mọ̀ tọ́jú tó KDK yẹn le ṣe rí ọwọ́ tí mo rí pé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mú ẹgbà yẹn bọ̀ àti wà nínú main factory nísìnyí tán ti ń nà mí mo ṣe ẹ̀gbọ́n mi mú ẹgbà yẹn bọ̀ báyìí mo kàn mú dáàdi mi wá filẹ̀ ó fẹ́ lọ gba ti ọwọ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣe mo ṣe lọ mo kàn ju tọwọ́ mi síbi tẹ́gbọ́n mi lọ́wọ́ so dáàdi mi ní kó fáwọn méjì kọlu ra wọn báyìí eré ilẹ̀ pew mo kàn fún fence ni so I ran from that place to there's an hospital Jokotola hospital ilé wa ló wà lẹ́yìn ilé Babalola brown mọ́mí ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kàn ní mọ́mí lágbájá ló ń pariwo yìí mo ti gun fence wọ́n ti gate mo gun fence wọlé because àwọn operation fìlà yìí fẹ́ kí n sọ nǹkan tí máa sọ tèmi lẹ́nìí àwọn operation boss àwọn operation sweep operation gbálẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n rìn ní time yẹn a máa ń pè máa nǹkan ní coach ńgbà yẹn is a Liberian ó máa ń kọrin tó bá ti mú gbọ́ èyí wá òjò tó ṣú ó dẹ̀ máa rọ̀ ni bọ̀bọ́ yẹn play guitar yẹn lọ́wọ́ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn lórí mi ńgbà tí mo fò fence tó mú mi cross sí ìmọ̀lẹ́ fàlàfíà tí mo fi ń lọ lẹ́ mo fi délé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ dáàdì náà nà mí lóru tí operation sweep bá mú mi lọ́jọ́ yẹn ni ó lè náà máa pè mí because dáàdì mi ti pọ̀ mí múnú ebútú he wrapped me like you were trying to wrap shawarma by force mo ti dọ̀tí and that was the time my father said mi ò tún fi ọwọ́ mi kàn ẹ́ mọ́ tí ma fi wọlé lọ́sàn and he never did so I just wanted.
He said it out of anger.
He didn't say it out of anger. He said it out of that's what I'm going to do.
It was deliberate.
Yes.
Not out of regret.
Not out of regret, though. It was deliberate. He said it, and he never did. I won the best students for Mirinda when I was in secondary school. I took it to my dad. My dad looked at me like this, looked at the award, looked at the cooler, looked at the bag they gave me, just looked away.
Never uttered any statement.
That day was the day he offended me the most in my life. Because I wanted to take that business from him. And my father sold all the equipment. Bro, equipment daddy mi, ó ní ẹnìkan lára àwọn ọmọọṣẹ́ daddy mi, ó ti kún sí Kum Furniture ní Ìfọláfíà. Wọ́n àwọn tó máa ń fa pákó, that's pákó tó máa ń fa lọ́wọ́. Bí igi yẹn ṣe gùn tó, machine yẹn ti ju igi yẹn síta padà rí. All the machines my father had, we had cross-cut, we had 2000D yẹn lè ṣe, tí furniture kan bá dá ní 2000D yẹn, ó máa ṣe many things, he could do many things. And my dad had over 20 pieces of different dangerous machines. Machine tí lẹ́gbọ́n dáàdì mi lọ́wọ́ rí tí ọwọ́ yẹn fọ́. But I was interested in it. I wanted to do it. I love practical things. You understand? So, and that day, I got there. There was one man in Apostolic Faith then. I don't know if he's still alive. Mo ṣe máa ń rí ọmọ ẹ̀ ní challenge, but bí àwọn yẹn ò dá mi mọ̀ mọ́. Mr. G fọwọ́ bàjẹ́. It was that man that brought the people that came to buy those machines. Wọ́n láti drill ilẹ̀lẹ̀. Wọ́n fi forklift you àwọn machine here from roof for you to know the size of those machines. My father imported them. My father learned that business from that craft from G Kappa. Àwọn tó bá mọ G Kappa, and G Kappa was the first set of the Oyinbos that came to Nigeria to do furniture and teach people. So my dad was a very tough guy. Dad mi bá sọ fún mi pé mo máa nà ẹ́, èmi á fẹ́ bọ́, àgbà kò ń ṣe threat o. He's going to flog you like hell. Daddy mi ti nà mí rí tó ìgbà tó rẹ̀. Ó ní kí n kúnlẹ̀ kí n káwọ́ mi sókè, ó jókòó ó sinmi. Ó ní kíní kan tó máa fi ń pa, tó máa fi ń hit orí ìṣó. Kíní yẹn wúwo báyìí, ẹsẹ̀ truck náà ti máa ń yọ. Daddy mi bá nà ẹ̀ tán tó ti nà ẹ́ perplex. Àìṣe wa ní kó lọ gbé. Àkúnlẹ̀ wa gbé wa ṣe báyìí. So my father drilled all of us. So we could stand test of time.
Kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó le jù tẹ́ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó ń nà yín lé lórí? Ká fi wò sí quality ìyà tẹ́ ẹ jẹ.
Okay, mo jí plantain chips. A ṣe plantain chips lọ́jọ́ yẹn, mommy was coming to Ibadan. Plantain chips yẹn máa pọ̀. So I love pastries. Mo kàn jí mélòó kan. At the point, mo fi omi jẹ̀bà. This I dey tell you, no be fallacy. Maybe one of these days you meet one of my brothers or my siblings, they will tell you. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ti jẹ ẹ̀bà 7 days rí.
Kò sóúnjẹ ńlẹ̀ àbí?
Kò ṣe oúnjẹ bùjẹ́bùdà no. Are you joking? We don't go to other people's house to eat. People come níjọ́ Sunday àwọn èèyàn máa ń wálé wa wá jẹun. Oúnjẹ máa ń wà steady. Daddy mi máa ṣe tó bá lọ ata, tó bá lọ ẹ̀gúsí, tó bá ṣe everything. A máa ń ṣe ẹ̀wà sínú buck ike ọ̀dà, tó máa gbé sínú deep freezer. Oúnjẹ wà, fruit wà, ìpápánu wà, ìdèdè. So my father was like, kí ló mú ẹ tó fi jí chips? Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ṣe ó jẹ oúnjẹ yẹn kò jẹ tán, kò gbé sínú fridge, ó wá lọ gbé pamọ́. Daddy wa ṣáájú wa délé. Daddy come, instinct daddy me is crazy. I dated a lady that almost made me clash one of my friends in the industry. And ọmọ yẹn máa ń wà surprised mo ṣe máa ń ká o. My daddy's instinct is so accurate to the point that kí ni ẹ̀kọ́ lè sọ fún pé tẹ̀lé ọmọ yẹn. There was the day I was going to school. My daddy loved his daddy. Straight to Molete. Gba yẹn mo wà ní Olubi Memorial. Daddy mi wò pé báyìí ló ṣe yẹ kí ọmọ yẹn máa. Mi mọ̀ wọ́n tó dé daddy tẹ̀lé mi. Bọ̀ kò pẹ́ mo kàn yà sọ́nà lé. Daddy ṣe tẹ̀lé mi ni. Daddy wà gbé mọ́tò. Daddy wò pé ilé ló ń lọ. Ọ̀dọ̀ ìyá ẹ̀ ló ń lọ. Kò pẹ́ tí mo wọlé báyìí. Lẹ́gbọ́n mi ni, ọ̀gbẹ́ni, daddy tẹ̀lé ẹ o. Mo ní, daddy wà ń takẹ̀ tí máa yọjú. Mo wọ̀n ní baranda ilé ọ̀nkù wa kan tó wà directly opposite Jokotola Hospital. Mo ní daddy rà dúró báyìí ló ń wọ̀ kan pé ó wá pé kan gbé mọ́tò wá bá wọn. Bí daddy ṣe kúrò báyìí. Tán ṣe gbé mọ́tò yẹn dé mò ń yọjú láti ju window mo rí wọn tán gbé mọ́tò ọ̀nà school mi daddy face. Daddy lò bí àná wà ní school mi tán wà mí kiri ní school. Ó dẹ̀ yìí ṣe tán kàn padà sọ́fíìsì ní ṣe.
Wọ́n lè mọ̀ pé ilé lẹ́wà.
Baba, are you joking?
Wọ́n kàn lọ prove pé.
Lọ school lẹ́ni. Tí mo ṣe ń dé dáadé ní, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you, sir. How was school? We are done.
Primary 6 náà ká.
Yes!
Wọ́n ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn.
He speaks good English. Dáàdi mi ò kí ń tàbọn. As a matter of fact, tó bá shoot, dáàdi mi á ní, tó sọ fún ẹ yẹn, kí mi gbọ́ ẹ. What are you saying? Say that again. Kò jẹ ìfọ́tí. Dáàdi mi máa ń fi, kò sí dáàdi mi ò lè fi, baba, are you joking? Union key. Ni wọ́n fi ná pé tí ilé yẹn ní bá gbé flat, union ni key yẹn. Ó máa ń grey báyìí, ó máa ń lórí kan báyìí. Agùn báyìí lọ sàlẹ̀, ó máa ń kọ nọ́mbà sí lára. So nọ́mbà kankan ló ṣílẹ̀kùn kankan. Bunch of key tí dáàdi mi bá mú mọ́lẹ̀, tó bá mú báyìí, tó bá jù. Weapon ni. Everything is a weapon. Bí dáàdi mi wà. Phone. Ọ̀run ní kó máa ti sí phone gbà. Dáàdi mi á lẹ̀ phone mọ́ ẹ. Dáàdi mi bá sọ pé stop there. O lè move. Jìnnìjìnnì máa mú ẹ. He has your frame. Very huge man. Huge man. He's not even as tall as you, but my dad is big. He was big. So, kò sí bóyá fẹ́ escape. So I had this tough time with this man, and he made me perfect. He made me walk towards perfection because I'm not perfect. Nobody is.
Are you giving that same treatment to your children?
Sure.
That same treatment?
Sure.
Didn't you learn lessons from?
You
want your child to take you to read law because of you, and take you to court, and charge you for assault?
He's not going to do that because we are friends. I got the better way of doing it. I don't know if you understand. I instill not fear, respect. We talk, we play, we gist. He can tell me anything. I can't tell my daddy anything. See, daddy me don't have any toothpaste tube. To my call, my red biro call. Daddy me blue biro, red and black biro. My call dates at the time, c'est Lara.
Tí kí ni fi fún kí ni?
Tó mọ iye months tó gbọ́dọ̀ fi lò. Daddy me máa sọ fún ẹ pé brush orí toothpaste. No, it is true. See, let me tell you something, Agba. See, if you don't, I like the fact that some people behind the camera are bobbing. It shows that I'm saying the truth.
Yeah.
That is why we have weaklings these days. Many people are raising weaklings. You see, Fry Rubiefo, me go cry for camera because of woman. Are you joking? You go hear my name, you go fear.
And what's your name?
Any name you know me by. You hear 13th, ja. Baba, I see the talker. And if you anything against me in the industry, I've been in life. Bring it to my face. Let's punch it out now. Let's punch it out. I tell people, when they say, child of God doesn't fight, I relate them to Jesus. Jesus no fight. He fought. Are you okay? The Bible says, say to the wicked shall not be well with him. Baba is on Yoruba. So when you do something that is bad, I tell people who need that phone. I'm a realistic person. I don't joke with anything. So I just knew a better way of instilling respect and discipline in kids. That tells you that there's something in that man's parenting system. Have you realized that as social, as exposed as the video is, when he sees his uncle, any agbalagba, the same thing with me. As a matter of fact, lately, this is what my uncle industry going to check them. When I was like, whoa, if I mention one now, it will shock you. I hit the 4th ladder before him. Just mo gbọ́ báyìí like kí n fa flesh mi ya pé
Tani.
Laugh up.
Really?
Yes. If I tell you my age, you are gay.
How old are
You want us to put that out now?
you? Yeah. I'm curious.
I'm gonna let you do. Don't forget that what you are doing, I do it too. You're using my skill on me.
No. More confirm money. Curiosity.
Well, I'm a few years away from 50.
Really?
Yes. Less than 10 years away from 50.
Less than 10 years
Away from 50. I don't want to give accurate.
So that means you are just less than 4 years away from 50. So you are closer to 50.
I'm not closer to 50. But I have a few years from now up to 50.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is it. Thank God for the kind of parenting I had. I learned everything about eating, what you eat, how you eat, what you do with your body. At times, say matter shete, ba long ba honorable shete. Because the honorable say, "Come on, let me carry." You know, lot don't show me man. I like 13th. 30 they chop. I'm well over 40. People say I'm trying to. Maybe I have political ambition. It's not because of that. I'm well over 40. So that is why sometimes some people discover, about the Taribo came back, boy. I tell people I'm not scared of anything. The only thing I'm scared of is death.
And that's why Babalola told you that.
He knew I am rugged.
And you won't last.
Yes, now. Baba, Ento no was in school. But you are go show you Pepe. They bring that finger, can't give me. If I meet anybody now, then I need this particular award to it comes to my mind that should be that guy. All the boys with this school that time liked me.
Osuabe.
Yeah. You know why? I'm only doing me from childhood. Mama share gun. It makes so many people disrespect me. They feel like I'm going to kill my stature. As you see me, so I play football twice every week. If I'm chanced. I swim once or twice every week. I like workout. I like workout a lot. So I am not scared of anything. I'm not scared of anything. So that was just it. It wasn't that I'm not expecting my child to take me to court. I'm a very loving person. But what I describe myself as in just for people to know, I'm a snake. Not by behavior, but maybe in characteristic. Do you know that snake, if you Google, if you check, snake happens to be one of the most beautiful animals in the world. In fact, one of the best leathers in the world comes from snake. But do you know that as beautiful, as lovely a snake might appear, if the poisonous one strikes you, you see your mama sing. So I tell people, if you play with me, I got to cool down on some stuff. But yeah, man, you bring shit, I give you shit.
So, how did you become a radio man?
So I'll pinch a little bit.
She comedy was before radio.
Yes.
Okay.
I took being funny from my dad. My dad is also funny. Like, we could be traveling, and my dad will, the steering, and he would drive with distance. At some point, some people in Ibadan, if you ask some of my peers, they will tell you, go. I drive you. I'm a speed demon. I love speed. So aging make me feel like, this guy no go get papa. She understands the sense. So I drive fast. Courtesy my dad. That means I overtake. I'm a boss. I'm a motor 7-up. Truck I'm go 7-up here. That means I overtake Meji at a stretch. Lono Jebuyi. And my dad will say, when my dad drives and does anything, he will tell. That's what I love about him. He will tell you, when you grow up, don't try that. My dad will do something and he will tell you, that's what I did is wrong. Baba, be daddy me she strict too. See daddy me bang key. Everybody nínú must stop whatever they are doing and look for that key. Kò sí sinmi nínú ilé yẹn. Ó lè jẹ́ òun ló misplace. I know what I am doing. Look for my stuff. And my dad would speak Yoruba to you. You respond in Yoruba. Yama. For you to know the way I grew up, but for my mom, àgbàlagbà ṣe no kodoro ni. Inti o ṣe fún ọ ni o ṣe fún ọ. Èmi ló fẹ́ bọ́. My mom mi ò kí n bá ẹ pariwo. Mom mi máa ń lo ìwé kan, mom mi á ní àsùnúra ni ìyá ẹ. Wàá sùn. Mom mi máa ń nẹ̀ látojú oorun. But do you know the funniest thing? If you sleep, my father will never wake you like, or my father will not call your name. My father will come to you, press this place. Press it. He will press it. He will press.
For you to wake up.
For you to wake up. He knows you are going to. My father knows where. If the man G is then if I hold that person's hand, no more be the matter any G. No more G consciously. My dad will do that. Or my dad wants to wake you up in the morning for morning prayer. Akmaloton, Sony, I play Jim Reeves. To bá ti ń gbọ́, we thank thee every now. Jim Reeves there key. Wọ́n wá tún play nínú Sony speaker. Wà ló gbọ́. Daddy mi ò kì í jí wa fún morning prayer. Wà ló gbọ́. Or daddy mi wá ń pẹ́ nìkan. Ó dẹ̀ gbọ́ kó wọ́n ń pẹ́ nìyẹn. Ó bá wọn pẹ́ nìyẹn. Tàbí wo kọ́kọ́ wá dáhùn. So I love him for making me who I am today. People say I'm difficult. I am just too simple. Too much to believe. And it makes me become difficult. I'm very open. And wrong, my dad would tell you sorry.
Even to his children.
To your face.
To
no matter how small you are, my father will say, I am sorry. Daddy me to dobale bewari. As a matter of fact, ibi tó dọ̀bálẹ̀ sí, ojú gọ́tà níbẹ̀.
Wọ́n ti dàgbà fọwọ́ tán gbà ẹ̀.
He was in the 60s.
Wọ́n ti máa ń rẹ̀yàn ní 60s.
Daddy mi, rẹ̀ ta ni ní 60.
Kò rẹ̀ wọ́n.
Rẹ̀ kí ni?
Rẹ̀ clean.
Ó rẹ̀ tì. You know that Anita ni mi bá nà ní 4 o'clock. Tó bá ṣẹ̀ ní 4:15, látúntún ẹ̀ nà. You don't get it.
Kì í sú wọn.
Daddy mi á ní àgbà tí ò bá kẹhùn sọ̀rọ̀, ó máa kẹtàn sáré. Baba, I tell you that for everywhere I've worked as a boss, because when I left Ibadan, I worked in some places like HOD, head of programs and this and that. Ó máa ń fọ́ ní sáwọn ọmọ yẹn pé èmi tí mo ranjú ní meeting. If you dey chop now, make I come, àlàyé àfà, ó ṣe máa jẹ tó rà tèmi. So àwọn ọmọ yẹn máa wò, mo máa ń traumatize wọn. Because wọ́n máa gbé, ìkan náà kọ́pà mi ti sọ mí nítorí pé, this bros dey craze o. Bó dẹ̀ ṣe sọ mo dẹ̀ padà lọ́ba, your papa for us dey craze. Only no, what I meant was, you play with us now, you bite us again. And that is how life is. It is called fairness and balance. Because if I don't stop that shit you're doing now, it becomes a norm. And when it becomes a norm, it becomes a cancer. So, in my journey of life, I met somebody that introduced me to Yemi that I mentioned, Ajoshe agricultural business, fish farm, crop farm, and all that. So he had a friend that was coming from South Africa, Metropolitan Life Insurance, South Africa, and they were going to combine. They had a what do I call it now? They formed an alliance with UBA Metropolitan Bank Assurance. So my getting into banking sector was the insurance part. And the guy just told Tunde Oyelakin. Told Tunde that wọ́n jọ lọ sí GCI. Àwọn senior mi GCI. No. Ṣé senior mi èmi kúrò ní GCI ìgbà táwọn máa fi catch up. So when I have this guy, he can do it. I was head of marketing in Kenan Agro-Allied company. The company wang by. I was in my 20s. Early 20s, excuse me. And I was bringing businesses. I walk into Intercontinental Bank back then. The then Intercontinental Bank, Oceanic Bank, I'll go there. Money strategies, Baba, as I did like this, if my phone is missing, God forbid, I will get my line back now. Many Nigerians will make any network provider tó ń lò tí phone ẹ bá tí sim ẹ bá sọnù tó bá fẹ́ kí sim ẹ ṣiṣẹ́ ńsìn ó máa ṣiṣẹ́ ńsìn. Yes, I had known that a long time. I do the instant retrieval. I'll tell them the nature of my job, I can't go offline for 24 hours. No, it's not going to work. Fix it now. They will do it. So I just walk into the bank. I do profiling. I do FNA a lot. I just look at NA. Only MD Banky. I just walk into their office, dressed in suits. If I had some of my pictures, maybe I would have shared with you. I just go. They look at me like this guy. I just go. I will market them, talk to them, sell them. And when they say, okay, well, I will be thinking about it. I say, yeah, I know you'll be thinking about it, but I don't take a no for a yes. I don't take a no for an answer. Please give me 5 of your friends that you know has the capacity to do this. Because mo gbọ́dọ̀ mú nǹkan lọ léṣe, gbọ́dọ̀ mú nǹkan lọ office. As head of marketing, gbọ́dọ̀ mú nǹkan lọ office. You get it now? So, you are not going to tell me no. I know my clientele. I begin to work with them. And toast a lady, I feel it, you go grow. So now you are saying, okay, give me till in 2 months' time you can come back. I'll drop my proposal with you. I'll do different categories of proposal. You can't share suit. The moment you give me I say, please, I need you to give me your friend, give me the person's contact. Help me call the person that you ask. So I'm always busy all through the time, all through the day. Now, mo ti sell ọ̀rẹ́ ìwọ tí mo kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ pé ìyẹn gangan ni máa fi toast tí wọ́n náà máa fi wá ṣe tẹ̀. So this guy just say, 13 disciples will do this thing.
You were 13th at that time. Right?
Yes. So when I did my interview to work in UBA, Mr. Biggs to one, Tantalizer to one, Tantalizer ni abi, Tantalizer to one challenge, maybe that other side. About if it's on Ring Road facing, maybe diagnosis center one thing. In my interview was a gist. The guy and that was how it started. I was getting businesses, I was doing that. Then I moved into the banking thing, and it went on like that. And that was how I forgot about wanting to punish anybody. And one day, my father came to Ibadan to greet my mom at Bodija. He came home. My mom just called me. Hello, Omo. Babe, wa ambi o. Come to think of it, my father's only bank account was UBA. That UBA in Molete, Legbon Shot a Butcher. So it was after I started working with UBA, I was like, bank to daddy mati. Okay. As a matter of fact, my mom still used that account. Because minimum close my daddy cool. My dad passed. That was about 12 years ago. 12, 13 years ago. So I just told my boss. So, there's nobody I'm close to. Mama Shaman be you know. Because I liken myself to Job. Job ni òun dàbí ìgò àwọ̀ tó wọn bá sọ ó máa bẹ́. Tó bá dé bẹ́ gan máa bàjẹ́. So I rather say then má ti sọ tó tán, we're good to go. So I told my boss, this is the kind of home I am from. This. And the man took me very close. So I just told him that, sir, my dad is around. I need to go greet him. That time I had the MVP tag of UB on my lapel. I just told my boss, I'm coming, sir. My boss just said, moto wo lo fẹ́ gbé lọ? Mo ní mọ́tò mi máa gbé lọ. Then I was driving a pencil. That was 2012, 2013. I was driving a blue pencil then. Then my boss just said, no. So my boss wanted to prove to my dad that so my boss by the CRV, he just said, hey, and he called one man, driver on pool cars, drive him down. So I sat at the back. My mom had already told my dad, my dad was at the veranda waiting for me. Favors. No, don't answer me. So he was upstairs when he saw me come out of the car. The driver just came down. My dad didn't believe it. So when my dad was leaving, my dad gbé mọ́tò wá ní wọ́n ní àwọn gbé mọ́tò wá but àwọn park sí church. Ẹnìkan ló gbé àwọn wá. Tẹ́ni ẹ bá ti ń bọ̀ ó máa padà wá gbé àwọn. So my dad just said, back then 3,000 naira. I stretched it to my dad. I saw my dad's hand do like this. What daddy mi gbọ̀n? Wọ́n ní kó fún ìyá ẹ̀. Mo ní no. Mo ní èmi àti ẹ̀ wà ń bàdàn, mò ń fún lówó steady ẹ̀yìn ẹgbà. Ẹ fi pọ́n owó tẹ́ máa fi rẹ̀ epo sí mọ́tò. Then he did this. Then I hugged him. So I stepped out of the room. He held my mom and he did like this. He said, I knew that boy was going to be successful.
He said that?
He said it. So those are the words that keeps me anytime there's downtime. Because things can always be rosy. You understand? So that thing keeps me every time. So that's why I said I loved my dad. But mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé aláyé, they know they do things like this. Say you be Alpha and Omega, no mean say person no fit check you. So that was, I didn't hate my father. I just wanted to drag him. I just wanted him to feel it. So that was all. So from banking, entertainment was becoming big. God rest his soul. Tobi Womoyila, Lawrence, Peteru. 13th. Baba, come to town, come to streets now. Comedy, they go for streets. I sit down inside debit and credit. But I was enjoying it at that point in time. All of a sudden, at the time, I just felt like I want something else. That was when I went into entertainment. At that time, I went to entertainment fully. Then that was where Westmoreland came in. I could remember what was said to me by Mrs. Ashimolowo. Yes. That was Baba Konde's daughter. You should remember her. And she was like, that thing, when we were talking, when we were checking around, we were looking for comedians, you ranked amongst the first 5 in Ibadan, and we just felt you should be here. I said, okay, thank you. So it was my comedy character that brought me into broadcast journalism. Not that broadcast journalism gave me platform and I started practicing comedy. No. As a matter of fact, for those who knew me so well, I was never a comedian on radio. You know now. The only comic show I do on radio, I was asked to join the person that does it then. Tope Fadeyi was strictly comedy. Tamashinela Gelu on Sundays. So that's the only time I behave. So we always have a topic, something to discuss. So the comic discussion always comes from me. It used to be myself, Tope Fadeyi. It was the main host, I was the co-host. Then Ariduno, now in the United Kingdom, Pẹ̀lú Shenwara, MC Sean, Mary Lamawa on the show. So I am always the person that will bring 13th Kilamaso. Tamawa ni ani lungu kan tamawa ni Ring Road. I don't want to say. As a 13th, so yeah, what are we discussing? I'll just coin, and those things comes with ease. I just say something, I will turn to discussion. And then I appreciate for everything I've done in media, I would never ever strike out West Midland Communication. They made the journalist I am today. I learned, so anywhere I go, I tell them I learned with the Barcelona and the Real Madrid of broadcast journalism. I did core journalism. I reported elections. Babalola is His Royal Majesty Olubadan of Babalola. He knows me like the back of his palm. So I enjoyed it. I like when something is tasking. So it shows that you are going to give me a chance to express my capacity. So and that is something I would never. That credit goes to West Midland Communication till time is no longer on my side. Till I'm going to die. They made the journalist that I became. Anybody who is going on leave, 13th is ready to pick up the job. This annual event, Tamanche, Integrity Marathon, Splash My FM Marathon race, I'm always there. I will cover, I will perform, I will do stuff, and God rest his soul, Uncle Olanrewaju Bolaji, Big B actually happens to be the person that brought me into media. It took me like this and said, Tokpe, bah. I have a madman like him in my camp already, which was Peteru, because if you look at our style is almost the same. Our temperament is almost the same as well. So immediately, problem. So he was with. And that was how I got on radio. Okay. That was my journey in radio. I never had a CV. I just went. Now, while we're talking outside, I spoke a language. It's a new content that I do, so I use that language. I worry. So I'm someone that Moleti Yede. So if I speak gibberish of Igbo language, you think I'm an Igbo man. But I'm not. So I worry. Then I was using Storm 3. My Lord charge phone is Splash FM. Don't you just say, this thing you are doing, can you do it on my show? That was how I joined Trendings on Splash FM. Because I had been on Splash FM before Lagelu. Okay. So it was when, normally, if you want to do something else now, you look inward first. So it was when they felt like, okay, they can absorb and major stuff. Let's give them a platform there. So that was how I got to Lagelu FM. And
were there as in people that came in through you to Lagelu or even Splash FM?
I never brought anybody into Splash FM, but Lagelu FM, there's a colleague friend of mine. Well, I call him my friend. I don't know if I'm his friend. You understand? That he just got to Ibadan about the time he came for service over NYSC. So he told me, meet Peteru, this, and Peteru is one of the guys that are doing well in comedy in Ibadan, and he heard my name over time too, and now he has met me. Aloshe show Tunde GTS Gang, Ìgbéra Tínrín ní Àkóbọ̀. So that was where I met him, and he was like, say he won't mind though. Hey, baba, anything dey make you dey involve me. I mean, àti ẹ̀wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ̀rọ̀. Kọ́mi kan ta sí ni pé aláyé wá. Ó lóun ti parí NYSC. Will you like to do radio? He said yes. But àwọn ọmọ anybody na. Lágìlú fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Splash FM fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ new radio station. It is Pidgin and Yoruba. Not for my fishy, not English. Kì í ṣe ọ̀bán, but just Pidgin and Yoruba. Say, if you wouldn't mind, though, bring your CV. So I hid under the tutelage of Tope Fadeyi, who happens to be my foster dad. Since my dad passed, Tope has always said, if you need ideas, so even I tell you, my daddy, so, and he's been a very lovely person to me, himself and his family. His daughter is my goddaughter, Desiree, and the rest of the kids too. So, and I became very close to the family. I knew his dad before his dad passed. I knew till tomorrow. So I just told the guy, come. So I said it in passing. I have one guy too, Tani. Tell him to bring his CV. That was all. And fortunately for me, we were partners on radio.
Who? Talent so I dimension.
That's Jolomi Raphael.
Rapping Daddy.
Yes.
Okay.
I am not saying outrightly now that I single-handedly, because I know as at the time, he knew nobody in Splash. But I was the only contact. And that is me. If I know somebody that knows someone, and I know somebody that needs that someone, I link up. I be the bridge. Because I want you to reciprocate it for me sometimes.
Kí ló fà issue láàrin méjì?
Immaterial will need you. We never had any issue, but we never had any issue because of an instruction. But I need you for my kind of person. You know, I said, let me on for. Could be from the blood, you know, you can't teach me for. Will you know me? Mo máa ń rí ìjà as sense. Oníkálukú á mọ àyè. But in secondary school, bàbá tó bá ṣẹ̀ mí Friday àbí tó bá ṣẹ̀ mí ní Monday or Tuesday, máa fi settings ìjọ Friday tá bá ti close. Ẹ ká lọ jà lórí field, máa ń nẹ̀ pa, máa bu gàrí ìjẹ̀bùsí ẹlẹ́nu iyẹ̀pẹ̀, arọ ẹni iyẹ̀pẹ̀ lẹ́nu. So we never had any issue because there was an instruction. I was an MC at an event, Ayonio, College Crescent. I had known that school, that church for a long time. Because at the time I attended Jacobosi. I don't know if you know that school. It's a private school. Ni tabati yaba ma Ayonio yen. Taba ma ya sa Ayonio bai. Ọ̀nà tó lọ sọ́nà children home school yen. Ma kọ́lá Jacobosi. After Jacobosi, ma lọ sí children home school. So it was a friend of mine, Sheye Adegbite. You likely know him. No man Lulu. Emo Sheye now.
Sheye
studio manager.
Àwọn ọmọ nìyẹn, sorry o.
Ìjọ̀gbọ̀n. So, Sheye, thank you for being the little spice you were in my life, yeah? So, Sheye just told me, Mommy Sheye like me go because Sheye was mommy's voice. Mommy man pampa. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni. So, Sheye bá ti fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan náà máa pé ibo ni Sheye wà? Ibo lẹ lọ lánàá? Ibo lẹ ti lọ mọtí lánàá because we used to drink.
Ọmọ yìí sọ pé àwọn ọmọ nìyẹn láńkẹ́.
Bàbá,
láńkẹ́
tí mi ò bá ní appetite back then, màá ṣe like 7 or 8 bottles.
Pẹ̀lú Sheye àbí?
Yeah. On my own, no. Sheye náà máa ṣe tiẹ̀ bóyá bí 9.
Because mo kún ma wilder.
Kì í ṣe pé Sheye wilder when it comes to drinking alcohol. Kò kàn ní engine tó lè control ẹ̀.
Okay.
Kò sí nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ mu. Mi tí ẹ bá gbọ́ rí. Ẹ lè ẹ bá gbọ́ rí pé wọ́n ní 13 tí mo ti yó ń bì kan. Bàbá kó kọwọ́ kan àdán àfi rọgì. Màá gallant ago and I can afford it. So mi ń mú bẹ́kùn. Tí n bá ti dé gauge, mo ti dé gauge ni. Mo pé màá máa ṣe bálabàlá yẹn. But over time, I had to drop beer. Ó fẹ́ pa mí, so let me just. It wasn't good. Moreover, my liver shouldn't process beer. Baba, I used to drink beer every day. Tá bá ṣe close l'office by maintain. I'm a access to ọtí débi wípé, I had friends. I'm a socialite. Àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn dẹ̀ jù mí lọ. So one man like bobo because my dad trained us in this way. In life, you must know at least one thing about everything and few things about some things, so that kàn ní máa bob every time tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ in society wọ́n parọ́ fún ẹ wọ́n sọ tòótọ́ no, you should get something. So there's no circle I am màá lè engage àwọn sọ máa ń wò pé ọmọ kékeré ibo ló ti rí knowledge. So that was how I got away from that. So Ṣẹ̀yẹ mọ́mí Ṣẹ̀yẹ wá ní àwọn fẹ́ ṣe ìkórè ọdún, ìwọ ni o máa mú MC sọ fún 13th pé òun ló máa ṣe MC fún wa. Okay. Èmi ò ní white garment background. I had no white garment background. And I look around. Mo dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ rí. Then Raphael ó máa ń sọ wọ́n ní ẹ̀mí ló sọ wípé kí ọmọ náà. So mo ti mọ̀ pé so one way or the other in the conversation I realized that ó dàbí pé òun ní white garment orientation. Ẹni wọ́n tá sí ni kí n má lọ goof Raphael jẹ́ ká jọ lọ fún gigi. So èmi á máa ṣe my Ìjẹ̀bú jokes because I crack jokes in Ìjẹ̀bú. I can. Ìjẹ̀bú is naturally a funny language to hear, to listen to. So you'd be doing your English. So but I ṣe tán, everything. I got to the point where wọ́n ní kán lọ gbàdúrà fún nílé àánú. Mọ́mí Ṣẹ̀yẹ and 4 other elders. And they said something. It doesn't gbàdúrà fún ìrìn àjò ọmọ jọra wọn. Ìrìn àjò yín jọra o. Ìwọ máa lọ lu ọba, ilé náà lọ lu ọba. But èèwọ̀ kan rí, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ jà sóbìnrin, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ jà sówó. So bàtà máa fún mi ní owó iṣẹ́ yẹn, èmi náà fún envelope yẹn. Back then I think it was 25,000. Wọ́n yẹn náwó yẹn sí mi. Bàtà ń lọ mọ́ fún rapping. Àlàyé ṣáàsì méjì jọ. My guy was like, what if funny? They gave me keep owó now. So that was when it got dawned on me that kí ni Raphael sọ yìí. And there was a show that same day. Yemi Prodigy ó ti wà ní UK nísìn. Yemi ń ṣe The Roots. Wọ́n ṣe The Roots ní ọ̀dọ̀ Topside nínú Olúyọ̀lé. As at that time, no mo ṣe mọ̀ Raphael. No, Raphael was still fresh around in Ibadan. Raphael, jẹ́ ká jọ lọ. Since I dey host am, I can always bring you in. Small people go, them M-Spice. Àwọn Rọ́lákẹ́ wọ́n ṣe wà ní ṣe Star FM báyìí or something. So, mo kàn títí pé bàtà débẹ̀, my guy dey reluctant to sit with me. It was later ni mo ẹ̀rọ. So, bàtà ìrọ̀lẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn wọ́n wá send chat sí mi. Chat yẹn long, like there was a complaint. And that thing actually pained me. So, jẹ́ kó dùn mí ni pé it was only looking like it wasn't so. Get jig. So, context was like, mo try láti outshine. Mi ò dá tó yẹn. Kí ni mo sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀rùn náà tó jẹ́ pé fọ́ọ̀nì náà tó yẹn náà? I didn't see it like that. I was like, kí ni funny? Mo fi conversation yìí tí mo ń sọ yìí. Èmi àti Raphael ní conversation yìí for ever. But I discussed with Babalola, God rest her soul, and Top of her day. Kí ni yẹn do me because mo like Raphael. One thing about me is no matter how, I never knew we will be sitting like this. I never knew Agbaletu was going to be doing something this big. You have a media house to yourself. You could remember the day we spoke that night. You were even asking me, why did you say no? I said no. And we spoke at length. ní BAC tí HR man park sí. That's where you do park your, was it EOD then? That grey EOD. That EOD try. I need to hug that EOD. Ojú EOD, eh? But yes, thank God. Oti metamorphosized into something reasonable. And I thank God for that for you. But you realize that we spoke, if you remember, Baba, we spoke to the point you said, 13th, let me just prepare for that is me. If I'm in, I am all in. I'm never partially in. Never. That was why I had an experience, and I still wish I can tell the person to his face that, can you do me? Do me gone.
Industry now.
Yeah. I was late to read news, to cast news for 3 minutes. Yes, it is a rule. News are to be casted on the hour.
Yeah.
But I took ill over the weekend. Mo lọ ṣe gig kan. Mo okay, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bóyá mo fake. I love to take Jack Daniel then. So ó kàn strike malaria lára mi. Ó wá ti hàn dàbí sore throat. Kọ́ tó máa affect kí n máa ka news kí voice mi máa rí bákan. Kò ní make sense. So tí mo ṣe dé láti church, mo kàn mú oògùn, mo lo medication yẹn ṣe knock me off nìyẹn. Bàbá tí mo máa lajú báyìí, mo gbé rap nígbà yẹn. It was like 4 minutes to 6. Mo dẹ̀ máa ka pidgin news. Eré ilẹ̀. Time tí máa wọlé báyìí. Tito was still alive then, God rest her soul. Tito náà jáde nínú Splash. Tito máa ń ṣe program kan bí relationship program nírọ̀lẹ́ Sunday yẹn. So Tito jáde kékeré ní tó máa ka news. And Tito was HUD programs. Dayo, D12, now in Lagos, I think Nigeria FM or something, a production person, was my studio manager then. So, nǹkan tá a máa ń ṣe ní pé tó bá ti tó time yẹn, àwọn á máa play sick tune.
Láìtí rẹ̀ tó fẹ́ ká.
Believing that, only ti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀, I'm close, just to play the sick tune. Since I'm going on in 1 minute, I'll be signing on 1 minute, from 6 to 1 minute. So, 6 to 1 minute past 6, 2 minutes past 6. 3rd minute in most kugiri one White House. Ojú mi ti lé. You know that this person is sick. Dre, in security, you know Dre. Dre was like, 13th, Baba, Ogati Mo. So what happened was, I think, when Tito noticed, because God rest her soul, I had nothing against her. I don't put people in my mind. I didn't mean come on Tito. No.
Hey, Jill.
No. There was a time I wanted to do Laughter Pendants, the comedy show. And I brought the proposal. And I had to follow protocol. And when they were talking about it in the management meeting, at that time, Motin she sidekick pẹ̀lú Donty in trendings, which happens every day. So somebody told me, because Aja management boys knew me. I play with all of them that you knew then. Gbogbo wọn ni pàdí mi. Títí kan Uncle Fawole. Gbogbo wọn ni pàdí mi. I play with everybody. I am a pain in anybody's face. Lively pain. Títí kan Auntie Funmi. I think you must have seen me drag Auntie Funmi sometimes. So, one man sọ fún mi, think about sọ. BC was, in fact, I learned that Edmond was like, "Man, we'll see this boy around. He's part of us. It's not big. It's not a big deal if we allow it." All I was seeking was just time. Come back,
Edmond ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ní orí rédíò náà ṣe máa ń sọ̀rọ̀.
That's how he talks in person. So how are you? He's not. He doesn't form anything. So
that's just him.
That's just Oga Edmond. And those are part of the people that will make me do broadcast journalism till I am dead.
Edmond Opilo.
He will talk, and I learned from people, not from just what they say, how they live their life. I came back from my father's burial, and I came with Ampa because he gave me money then, and I think he gave me 20,000, 25,000 then. So I came with stuff, gifts on me. He said, "No, you don't do that. This is the problem I have with you Nigerians. You lost your father. You were mourning. You are not supposed to give me gifts." Edmond made me realize that on your birthday, you owe nobody nothing. Don't buy drink for anybody. Don't buy food for anybody. Don't cook for anybody. He said, come on, young man. That is the only day you have in 365 days. So I learned from all these guys. And I realized that I just said that Tito was like, no, it's not allowed. So, but yeah, rub off, and Tito never liked me because there was a day Tito and my cousin went to the same school. I just said, oh, Motoyin Adepoju. I think her name is Adepoju or something. He said, tó bá ti débẹ̀ sọ fún pé lágbájá báyìí. Sọ fún pé Lanre, Ṣóbánkẹ́. Lanre, so tó bá ń gbọ́ lénìí, I delivered your message. So I just, that Tito don't like me. I just entered. Ranger, Ranger. He's now head of productions, Splash, Abeokuta. Ranger was Tito's producer. Because I wouldn't be, Tito, Tito, good evening, Ranger, how far? When Tito, Lanre Ṣóbánkẹ́, do you know him? He said I should greet you. Tito just looked away. I was like, and so? So back to the matter. I think it was Tito that just went to the group. Why are we not having the news going on Lagelu FM? Who is supposed to read the news? And Tunde Olawo happens to be my G. Tunde doesn't want anybody to be the reason why he's going to be blamed. So Tunde ran to the office. As I was walking in like this, Tunde was walking out. I know when Tunde Olawo is off. When he's off with you, then Oju yen kan lost okay now like, guy. This guy now my guy. He man buy events for me. I was the MC of his wedding. And he will always want me to, he had given me gigs. Baba, I tried my best to get to him. Mo rush, mo ka news, mo katon. Me je ko fail no, but mo delay. Mo she katon. Got into my car. I went to his house at Scout Camp. He was not there. As I got there, I told his wife, I said, Mama, please, Ibo Logalo. He said, he didn't come home. I went to call office and said, he didn't come home. I said, please, can you help me? Just help me beg him. He said, no. Say, I don't interfere in anything that is work. And I understood. I tried calling. He didn't pick my call. He didn't pick my call until we saw on Monday. And when I went to meet him, he came to that veranda, look here. And when today is off, the point is it happened. But I couldn't understand there was nothing he was going to do. So that particular month, how much was my salary then? It was less than 100K. Baba, Grace that time, I won't forget her, accountant. Your sister's the salary, I want to get méjì to equal. Mo complete, but because of that 3-minute lateness. In fact, running at M Spice, just at that time, my energy became off. And one thing about me is if I'm not cool with you, I'll let you know. I was no longer playing with anybody. I was in the office. So I just locked up. Ronnie and M Spice just called me and said, 13, something is wrong. What's up with you? Group. I said, this is I was paid half of my salary. Ronnie was like, oh girl, but he's your person now. Money, but I'm not offended. He's just doing his job. You mean, my chef when you tell me about the dog when you come. Not because I hate them, not because I'm trying to attack them, but because it is the job. But Tunde did something that I loved. That week, he gave me a gig. And the amount I was paid was about 10,000 lesser than my salary. So
this way, fact,
yes, that is
still introduced a punitive measure.
Yes, he did that. I knew Tunde did. In fact, Tunde said, "Loju and me, we are going to pay you this amount. So 13th, go and get ready." So I just let it go. But we never had a mano-a-mano conversation about that. Editor, Kim Dashireke, because he likes me. Do you know why? He likes every side of me except for my bad side when I'm angry. Tunde likes me. Tunde did so many things for me that many people never knew. So that was that. So he pointed, see, What is happening? Padi mi fẹ́ share me was when something that was a personal matter happened between the two of us, and you had to involve our boss in the office. I was like, are you planning that I lose my job? Because that was how it looked like to me. Èmi àti bóyá àjọjà sí charger phone. Bóyá àjọjà sí ọ̀rọ̀ girlfriend. Wá lọ sọ fọ́gà. Pé ẹnìkan torí pé ẹnìkan sọ fún ẹ pé ó sọ pé. And one thing about me is, téèyàn bá sọ nǹkan fún mi nípa ẹnìkan, I no go tell that person. I go tell you fit talk am for your face. Kí ni yẹn dùn mí gan? Because I felt like, kí ló dé kò yẹ kó tó yẹn. So I don't have anything against Raphael.
Ọ̀gá yín mà ẹ́ àbí Kọ́lá Ládòkè ṣebí àwọn náà wà rán mà ẹ́.
Babalola wà lọ́rọ̀ nígbà ìbọn Babalola kọ́ di òun report mi fún Túndé ló report because ó mọ̀ pé èmi àti Túndé close.
Oh, okay.
So he just felt like.
No, mo kàn try láti rántí pé
Babalola Ládòkè was around.
So after how many years did you leave Lagelu?
I left Lagelu after plus my first years in my start with Splash. That was around after 9 years.
So why did you leave?
I left because of many things. I left because I felt, well, you might say he's not qualified. But I am. In fact, owó tí mo fi lọ sí International Institute of Journalism under Alhaji Bolaji Karim, you know him, Baba Konde gave it to me. I applied for loan. And see, one thing I know for sure is, whatever you do, see any iota of toxicity bá ti wà ńbẹ̀, no matter how minute, there'll be a problem. I realized that the problem with West Midland is this: when the bosses have issues with each other, àwọn ọmọọṣẹ́, àwọn tó wà ní departments under wọn náà máa ń jìyà. Like Brother Kola said something to me. Brother Kola, he said some things to me that I least expected. Why? To what end?
Ladoke.
Yes. When I remember his name, I'm not happy with him.
Why?
I am not. Because he didn't stand in as a father that he was supposed to be, on the job and off the job. Mo like Brother Kola dáadáa. Látàyé ìgbà tí Brother Kola ti máa ń budán black gold. Tán bá wo fídíò ọmọ nǹkan tí mo mean by black gold. I like him because mo value àwọn tó máa ń sọ strong Yorùbá. I had many problems with Brother Kola. Maybe because he never allegedly liked Tope Fadeyi. Because Tope Fadeyi was my person. The machine don't look in the library. Well, I'm always with Tope Fadeyi. Na my person, na my G. Èmi àti ẹ máa pariwo mọ́ra wa. Èmi àti Tope ti fò fúnra wa rí nínú compound yẹn. Tí Ṣeun Akínọlá àti Michael Latobọ̀sùn, àwọn méjì jáde síta. Wọ́n sáré jáde láti inú lobby yẹn, láti inú office wọn. Wọ́n ṣe rí pé àwọn méjèèjì níbẹ̀ ni ẹ fún wọn lé àwọn méjèèjì, wọ́n máa yanjú ẹ̀. And God so good. Alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn mi náà mo tún àjújọ lọ hangout láti máa hangout generally is just me. So I had some times with some experience with Brother Kola, and put a gun to my head, I would never be that to any of my subordinates. He didn't in that aspect, he didn't do well with me. But I can understand, you can have your people. But Kola said it to my face, he ain't like, oh my, he ain't gbádùn rẹ ni. He ain't like it. He said because of my dreadlocks. I just laughed at him. Níbi tí mo fẹ́ appease Brother Kola dé, mo ní láti béèrè lọ́wọ́ Dre. Bọ̀bọ̀, kí ni bọ̀dá yìí, kí ni bàbá yìí like? Brother Kola máa sọ ńgbà yẹn ni, ń lé ọkú lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ yìí tójú ọ̀nà kan ò sì ní rọ̀. That is his line. He will say it, ń lé ọ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ yìí, ojú ọ̀nà kan ò sì ní rọ̀. Which is true, he's a boss. He was a force to reckon with. Títí mo fi lọ ra, I think I bought him ẹ̀kọ àti mọ́ínmọ́ín. He loves it so much. And yogurt. I don't want to mention the brand. When I gave him, it was like when I gave him that yogurt. There was a time something happened. A studio manager was rude to me. Bamilaya, a person where you know, I don't want to mention his name. Don't know my boy, Apada Dipadi, no, go see what over Chele. Go see what over Chele. Apada Dipadi. He was my paddy even before that fight happened. But man lose a leg on company. You know, they shave for many people. And I was the one that was sanctioned. I was suspended for 2 weeks. But Akola gave me suspension for, I think it was supposed to be, I think he gave me, is it 6 weeks? I'll be a month. CEO that time called that uncle. She FL1 there, baby sack. It's suspension now. And but Akola drove me to Idiodo that day, and he said to me, "Hey, Molete, don't become shout telling me amount of that blah blah blah." And most of your calls, you love a no call one of it. So I knew that he was just hunting me for no reason. But I thank God that I made up my mind. I said it to God because I felt bad. I felt marginalized. I felt disrespected. I'm sorry to say. But I'm not sorry actually. Because I was disrespected as a child, as a younger professional. I was good with the job. Me, go free. I know MTBB. I don't do all those things. And when that thing happened, I told God. I said, I am going to leave that place one day, I'm sure. But I'm sure Shaku, but Akola no nipe. Me ṣe pé fún wọn, but mo fi ẹ̀dùn ọkàn mi mo fi sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. The year I left, the following year, that was advised to resign.
Was he advised to resign?
That was how we do. That's how it happened, bro.
No, he traveled abroad.
Baba.
And he earned his PhD.
Yeah, he earned his PhD, I know. Twitter handle, but Akola na me open am. I expected that he was going to shield me, raise a child in the industry, so that I can make reference to him that I learned under these people. I can't say, but Akola taught me anything. He didn't teach me anything. He only taught me toxicity. Hello. But I never learned it. I think, but Akola told me. He told me he come like any. Oh, say me. What has that got to do with my deliverables? See, I'm not an hypocrite. If he doesn't like it, well, I'm not sorry. It was what you did, sir. Kini Moshe? Trigger Moshe dreadlocks. Oh, do you know what dreadlocks is? It is peculiar to àwọn ọmọ nílé wa. Mi ò ṣerun yìí now. I just left my hair uncombed and it tangled up. Is that my fault? In fact, there was a time they went for, there's this meeting they do, West Midland, every end of the year. Nino Adebayo Akonde Hall, ni UI. That particular one, I was to be terminated. And so they stepped in. But Akola was on a steady. Money show awarawa, just to talk about the values, the ethics, the beauty of Yoruba culture. And láti 1 hour, wọ́n dẹ̀ fi program sínú ẹ̀ títí bàbá. To the point tí show yẹn àwarawa became 45 minutes láti 1 hour. Ìgbà tó yá ó di 30 minutes. So bàbá mo wá wò pé show tí mo ti máa feel the program tí mo máa ti feel the guest. I had the likes of Alagba Ìbàdàn. Àwọn ìyá ìbejì Ẹlẹ́gùṣí, those are my fans. Mommy Dáhùnsí from UK. Those were people, ìyá ìbejì. Mama Taiwo, God rest her soul, ní Olúyọ̀lé. I had plenty. Oh man, fascinate wọ́n pé this one will speak pidgin. He go speak English. Ó tún máa sọ Yorùbá. Yorùbá tí lórí àwarawa yẹn, máa sọ Ìjẹ̀bú, máa sọ Ẹ̀gbá. And I realized that I have this gift. I might be talking to you now. Made see them as switch Ìjẹ̀bú. And switch pidgin. Mo lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní sọ fún àwọn ìran. So I never knew that thing was thrilling people. To the point, I don't feel like, kí ni gbogbo eléyìí? But Akola be love me. So wo ready? But ti bastardize 1 hour mú mi lọ́wọ́. Script ti dàrú. Kí nǹkan mélòó mo fẹ́ sọ? There was a time I hosted Alagba Ìbàdàn that year pẹ̀lú Yeye Lodo, Yeye Oshun. As at that time, I've forgotten her real name. I hosted the two of them. It was very epic for me. Ìyá yẹn pè mí. I was live on radio and I said, màmá náà pè mí, wọ́n láwọn ń bọ̀ o. Màmá yẹn dẹ̀ sọ fún mi pé ṣòro òjò tó rọ̀ yìí táwọn bá ṣe step foot síta òjò yẹn máa dá. Àwọn ò wá lè sọ táwọn bá dé studio lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ bóyá ó máa continue. Baba, it happened exactly like that. Wọ́n ní táwọn fi dé àwọn àti alágbàálẹ̀ Ìbàdàn lọ́jọ́ dé lọ́jọ́ yẹn. Wọ́n ní táwọn fi dé òjò yẹn rọ̀ táwọn fi dé ní White House. Ibi ọ̀nà òkè màpó yẹn area yẹn ni àwọn méjèèjì ń gbé. Táwọn ṣe wọnú studio báyìí, the rain started again heavily. Màmá yẹn dẹ̀ tó sọ. So I'm a Christian but I love ìṣẹ̀ṣe. I love ìbílẹ̀. Bro, me believe kan make any pastor no tell me say blood of Jesus no dey work o àbí e dey work every time o. Tí mo bá nà ẹ́ lóńdè o máa kákò. Tí mo bá nà ẹ́ ní nǹkan. Because those are the values that we had. Táwọn òyìnbó tell láti rubbish. Ọmọ Jẹ̀bú ni mi kan fọ́ Jẹ̀bú rònìyàn Jẹ̀bú gidi rí mi. Ọmọ Jẹ̀bú gidi. Wọ́n ìdílé àwọn tó ń jọlọ́jà ìjọba ìlú mi ni mo ti wá. I know. Nígbà tèmi kéré mo máa ń fi skull àwọn èèyàn gbá bọ́ọ̀lù. Skull kì í ṣe plastic o. Skull egungun orí èèyàn gangan. Because one of my uncle happens to be an abore. Baba, my daddy is a very prayerful person. My daddy mi ti ń travel rí. Àdẹ̀dẹ̀ agẹmọ́dẹ̀ kawamọ́nà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ daddy mi mọ̀. My father's Muslim name is Fasasi. My dad just picked tracts, gospel tracts. Ó dẹ̀ fún eégún yẹn. Ìyẹn Fasasi ò ló ń pè yẹn, Fasasi ló ń pè yẹn. Ó dẹ̀ tọ̀sẹ̀ padà sí orí kaftan daddy mi. Brown kaftan. Ó dẹ̀ yí mọ́tò yẹn po 7 times. And we drove. And Fasasi máa lọ. Because ọmọ daddy mi nílùú yẹn àtọmọ kékeré. Fasasi máa lọ. My father asked me to touch his neck. Ó dàgbà tí mo fọwọ́ kan òkúta. Ọrùn èèyàn. Ọrùn tí mo tiẹ̀ tó ń wọ ní. Ó dàgbà tí mo fọwọ́ kan ògiri. But my dad is a prayerful man. Tọ́n ṣe ń délé, tọ́n ṣe ń kúnlẹ̀. Daddy mi ò lè wọ̀ ọ̀tún, kò lè wò sí. Wọ́n ṣe ń délé, tọ́n ṣe ń kúnlẹ̀ báyìí. Ọrùn yẹn loosen up. Daddy mi pè mí immediately. Wá fọwọ́ kan. Wọ́n ti sọ daddy mi látàrí níbi tó ti ń ṣe evangelism. Tí iná yẹn dẹ̀ mú lápá fáì. Gbogbo wa pátá. La máa ń rí àpá bíbà tí wọ́n bá rán ọwọ́ yẹn. Ó dẹ̀ ń lọ. Left hand, ó dẹ̀ ń lọ. Kí ni ẹ dẹ̀ ń rìn lọ? Uncle ẹ fún ní ẹ̀pà jẹ ní kékeré. Wọ́n poison ẹ̀pà fún kò dẹ̀ kú. Ìgbà tí kí ni yẹn débí báyìí, wọ́n ní nǹkan yẹn kan sọ fún àwọn pé you are testing these people àbí. Ọlọ́run sọ fún àwọn pé you are testing these people. That thing is going to your heart and you will die. Wọ́n bó ṣe dé ìbàdàn kọ́ pariwo Jesus ó dẹ̀ dúró síbẹ̀. Bàbá, mo máa ń fi kíní òkúta yẹn ṣeré lábúrẹ́ dádì mi tí dádì mi fi kú. So don't tell me that because you are born again, tán máa san ẹ, wàá dún. So I love that thing. At a point, show yẹn Edmond gbọ́. Tálágbàlẹ̀ Ìbàdàn àti ẹ̀. Edmond called me and said, 13th, are you not sure you'll be tempted to go fetish? There was a time, Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo, me, I go record them, I go there. And kò kí n rí camera ò ní show. Camera, what are you? I just want to question everything. I spoke to Baba Yemi Elebumo that time. Baba Yemi Elebumo gave me an ileke. They told me, that is why you never see me wear yellow. Baba told me, yellow buy lo, ko bara wo mo ma wo. It is true or not, I don't know. I don't have anything yellow. I had a shirt yellow, me wo shirt yẹn mo fún yàn. That is something mo ti rà. Baba told me, tó bá ti lè kúrò lára ẹ 7 days, ó máa padà wá bá wọn anywhere táwọn bá wà. That ileke was off my body at a time for 7 days. It went back to where Baba gave it to me. He went back to meet Baba. I spoke with Baba Yemi Elebumo. So, and I could remember Bayo Faleke àti Jibola Akande àti Donti. That was cultural week for Splash FM. I reported from Ọ̀ṣun Òṣogbo. Gbogbo ojú àtùpà olójú mẹ́rìndínlógún yẹn, me I go there. I knew Susan Wenger before she passed. So I just looked at, mo like kíní yìí, why tí Bọ̀dá Kọ́lá ọ̀kan tí ẹ lè embrace mi. Tí Bọ̀dá Kọ́lá náà lé káwọn náà tó di born again. You get what I'm saying? Bàbá náà, according to kan tó ń fẹnu ara wọn sọ, bàbá náà òkìrí làwọn náà. Àti sọ story àwọn àtàlájì fún mi. Alájì Bọ́lájí
Bọ́ládé.
Abọ́ládé. Wọ́n sọ story wọn fún mi. Yeah, I think tó sórí lọ sí studio. They told me so many things. So I just feel like, kí ló dé wá? She still show yẹn báyìí. But to cut the long story short, yeah, Tunde stepped in that year and àtìgbà yẹn mo tọ́ okay. Oh, then fi Bọ̀dá Kọ́lá lẹ̀ jèrè. Let me just leave him. There are some people, you just let them be. So I never had any issue with anybody all along, I never had it.
So kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ ń ṣe at the moment?
Yeah, so after I left West Midland, I went to Royal Roots. Then Charles Alade was the head of station there. I left the place later. I didn't like the style of broadcasting they were doing. There was no political show, a conscious show. So that is Splash FM had understood how to monetize, how content can generate traffic and also generate money. You can have traffic and not have money. If your listenership, the demography listenership, because I'm share NPS, you know. Is NPS? Yeah,
NPS.
Thank you. I'm share NPS. Wow. See, I loved the job to the point that we had a software, software within this time and this time. Smash FM was tough. Because they will tell you, why are you not spiking this hour? This is the person doing this in this station. What is that person doing that you are not doing? What should we do to you? What do you need? Say it. They will give you what you need to do well. So everybody was on their toe. At the point, even when APs were asked to bring adverts, Baba, at that point in time, I was bringing adverts. And there was a time when they wrote me a letter that I should be relieved of my job. I asked questions, though. I asked Mrs. Adetunji and Mrs. Ashimolo, man, it shouldn't be me. The two of them were eating. Mrs. Ashimolo, she was eating in conference room here. She was eating yam and egg. I will never forget. If Paramedic they come across it, they will remember. And I told them when somebody went to say something about me, that this guy is going to tarnish the image of the organization because they don't give her a letter. He's saying this is happening. Also, Paramedic Joyce. Many things sub. At the point, see, the founder, Kabiyesi, Baba Akonde, I've moved from anywhere. That man, if the bosses, if every of the bosses there had the heart that man had, Baba, people that left that place won't leave. Tell me why Ronnie had to leave. I don't know what happened. Tell me why Tokpe had to leave. Baba, she think you made a mistake. Afoda said something. Ní ìgbà kan. That day, Baba did conference, town hall meeting with us. Baba, all of you sit down here. You psychopaths. You are recording yourself. You go to follow person talk like this. The person go to record you, go play am for Oga. Just because it was that bad. Baba was like, why are you recording yourself? You are misleading my daughters. Do your job and go. That was that day. That was the day I got to know that Baba once wanted to be the governor of Oyo State. Said they told him then that and he said he made up his mind. He said anybody that wants to assume a public office in this town, in this state, would need my platform. Baba, tell me how many governors doesn't go there? Because the governor, no. You don't reckon with Baba Akonde. Are you joking? That man had a very large heart. Every of my birthday, Baba Emma means. How Moman low slogan? How are you? Oh, Modada. That is Baba Akonde for you. How are you? How's work? About only more employee. Maybe she man jẹ cake ní tẹ́ni fún mi. He said, Joyce, please bring my own and a cup of coffee. And Baba give me money. That man, he said, I don't book. But you know me, be go back to bad tí ó dá agbe fún ẹ̀rín. Ó máa fún ẹ̀rín sanction. He is the only one that I know that will sanction you, but with love. owó tí mo fi lọ international institute of journalism bàbá ò gbà padà lọ́wọ́ mi hàn yọnu salary mi pé náà. So ní ìgbà tẹni tí ó ní business tí ò wọ́wọ́ mu why tí àwa kan máa wá sọ pé we wan die there. I love that family. I still when I started shirt shop with my cousin, I took the advert there. And they gave me open arms. So I will not say that place is very interesting, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
So everybody ló máa ń nǹkan náà. But I kàn máa ń filẹ̀ máa kàn sílẹ̀ but tó bá tó àsìkò ọ̀rọ̀ or tí platforms bá wà ká sọ. Now are you off radio or you're still on radio? Just finally.
When I left radio, I went into TV.
Okay.
So when I left TV, I decided to resume into writing.
Okay.
So I write news stories for platforms. And I get paid.
Okay.
So that's what I do now.
All right. So mi ò ti béèrè orúkọ yín gangan nígbà tá bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Yes. Many people do not know my name. Yeah. Now, at a point, àwọn kan sọ pé it was Abuda that said that thing. Mi dẹ̀ nígbàgbé. Abuda ní orúkọ tó bá wọ ọmọ ló ń jẹ́ lẹ́yìn odi. Then when people have made it in life, they have different names. No, so I want to correct that notion. I was originally Adefuwa Oluwagbemiga. Adefuwa Oluwagbemiga.
Okay.
But at the point I changed my name. It's my constitutional right to do that. So if you want to relate with me, my name is Brian Oladipupo Oluwagbemiga. BOO.
Was it also about the revolt against your dad?
I wanted my kids to start my name.
Okay.
I just didn't want that Adefuwa.
Okay.
That was it. I just wanted my kids to have my name. My name. Not my dad's name. It doesn't stop them from the fact that my dad is still their grandfather. Around when you put on your parents and you now.
I can show you.
It happens here too.
I know.
It happens here. It doesn't make us less human.
Adefuwa shows that you are Ijebu, but Brian doesn't show that you are Ijebu.
Every one of us, Loniwi, Western name. Every one of my siblings. Everyone.
Brian. Oluwa.
Gbemiga.
Oladipupo. You mind sharing your phone number?
Why not?
Oh yeah.
Can I finish? My phone number is 070382371113. Like I said, 13 look barrier. 07038237113.